Hey guys, another vision that I want to share with you during my meditation last February the 2nd. And as you know, every night and every morning I always meditate, and most of the time when I see visions is when I meditate during the night. So every time I meditate, I always go deep enough for my spirit to wander out in the universe or outside our galaxy. So when my spirit was wandering out in the galaxy, I noticed that as my spirit was just floating around, I was able to see a lot of lights, all sorts of lights. And then next thing you know, I came across this big city. It was just floating above our galaxy or floating out in the universe. So it was a big city. It almost looks like it could be an aircraft, but inside it, it's a big city. And I saw that all I can see was pure gold and bright light. And so it was just pure gold and white light everywhere. It was fascinating. It almost felt like you went to heaven at the same time. And then next thing you know, I saw an entity that I've never seen before in my life. It almost feels like you will only see that entity in a movie. And the entity was super duper tall and super skinny. And I wasn't really sure if it was a lady or a man, but to my feeling, it was a lady. It was a lady entity. She doesn't look like human at all. And next thing you know, when she stood up, I saw how skinny she was, and she does have some sort of like kind of like an alien head in a way, but she doesn't look aggressive or violent. So when she stood up, again, I was fascinated because I was like, oh my God, this is insane. So when she stood up, she was actually facing people, or she was facing in front of other entities. But when she was sitting down, her throne, she was sitting on a throne, but the chair was so big, it was so wide, and then it made her look super tiny because she's skinny and tall. And then when she stood up, she was facing to the other side because I was facing her, right? And then she was facing like that. So I turned my head like that, and I saw this big giant Poseidon looking people. No, they're not people, they look like gods. Imagine looking at Poseidon, okay, the god of the sea. Imagine looking at Poseidon's, instead of like Poseidon being white, those giant looking Poseidon, they're actually black people. It gives me goosebumps because they look like the black version of Poseidon, and they were wearing gold armor and holding a gold stick at the same time. And I saw a few of them. They look like they were having a meeting to prepare themselves to go in a battle. I don't know, it could be battle in the universe, or it could be a battle in the galaxy, or on Earth. They're probably preparing a battle on Earth. And then next thing you know, I was just looking at the other entity, the lady who was very skinny, and then I was looking at those black guy, Poseidon looking guy. They're so big and so muscular, and they're so strong. Oh my God, they're so strong looking, and they look like gods. They're gods. And so I could not hear what they're talking about because of course maybe I could not understand. They were just looking at each other. I was not sure if they can feel that I was around, but when I was looking around, guys, it almost feel like my spirit, it remembers that I used to be part of those warriors. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I know many of you will laugh at me, but part of me, part of my spirit remembers something that I used to be part of those warriors, the black guys. Maybe I used to be until they sent me back here on Earth. So I suddenly end up crying because it made me feel like, wow, I used to be part of them. And then maybe they sent me here on earth to do something, to maybe send a message to the people. And also, mind you guys, this is not the only time that I had visions about Black people. I've seen a lot of Black people in my visions. Sometimes there was one time that this one Black guy, he was really big, and he was wearing a cape, like, you know, a Darth Vader. He was wearing like, he looks like Darth Vader, but without the cover, without the mask. But you know how Darth Vader is wearing a dark or a dark robe, but on the Black guy's robe, he there's a V. There's a V on V, like it was red V signs on his robe. But I don't really understand because I just saw him. So, and then a long time ago, last year, I did share it with you guys, but no one really paid attention. I did meet a Black god. Well, he considered himself a god. So mind you guys, okay, there's only one source. However, there are many gods out there. But obviously, guys, the source is more powerful than those gods, because again, the gods are kind of still considered powerful, right? Because they're gods. They're higher than us. We're humans. Those entities are God. So when I met this one Black guy, he's super big and he was wearing a white robe. When you look at his robe, it was super duper bright, and only your third eye can handle the brightness, not your human eyes. But anyway, I went to their meeting, or to their area, and next thing you know, I kneeled down, and then I was like bowing my head because I was respecting him at the same time. But around him there were many Black women. They're very strong Black looking women. They're like gods too. So when I was bowing down, he gave me a telepathic message. Like, he put his hand on my head and he said, "My child, I sent you to earth to send a message to my children." So he told me, I don't know which children he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about the Black people, because of course he's Black, and we all know that Black people were the first people that was created on earth. So he told me that, "My child, I want you to know, I want you to send a message to my children. Tell them that they are lost in life and they need to be one. They need to come together, because apparently he's coming." I don't know, he didn't say anything when, but he said, "I'm coming. Tell my children they are lost. They need to be one. They need to come and be together, or like be one." So that was my experience, you guys. And of course, I do believe that, no offense to other people, but I believe in my heart that Black people were the first humans that was created by gods during the day when the human started. So yeah, I thought I would share this with you. I know it might hard to wrap it up, but it's pretty interesting. I'd like to hear more. Well, unfortunately, there are things that I cannot share with you guys here, even though I would like to share them with you. So I was told by one of the entity, which is one of my guides, not to share too much or to lay low. Because if I share too much, especially here on social media, they might find me. And I'm not really sure who they are, or I'm not sure who will find me. All they did was to show me who they are. So during that time when I was being told, this is the time when my spirit wanders off in the universe or in the space. And they showed me two black eyes that looks like reptilian eyes. There were two. And beside the two black reptilian eyes were three soldiers or three puppets that were holding some sort of sticks, or I don't know what they were holding, but they're basically kind of guarding the two eyes, which are the reptiles' eyes. And during my ascension, when I was out there in the space, I thought that I have a chance of not coming back here on Earth, but my guide told me to come back here on Earth because apparently I was not dead yet. And on top of that, there are things that I must do here on earth, some sort of like service that I have to do, and apparently I have to gather people. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like I do have an idea. And this is during the time that I met the entity that looks like God, who is a black God, and how he told me to send a message to his children on earth, because apparently his children are lost. And during that vision, there was another calling that I received from them. They said BBB, which is 4Bs, meaning bring back the beauty of blacks. I don't exactly know what that means, but it says bring back the beauty of blacks. And I really tried to analyze what that means. And I believe that what the 4Bs means, bring back the beauty of blacks, means bring back the Afro-blacks. In my theory and in my own observation, maybe the God who created the first humans here on earth, which are the black people, he wanted them to come together in a way that you guys should all become one. Again, I'm not sure if he's talking about all the black people or if he's talking all about the people here in the world. And in my understanding, based on bring back the Afro back, means that the black people should be proud of their hair, because apparently the hair is very powerful. Because you guys, every time I see black people in my visions, their hair is so big that it looks like crown already, and it feels like their hair is very powerful at the same time. It almost feels like your hair, as being an Afro, is considered a sign of strength of being a black person. And you also have to understand, guys, especially to all my black brothers and sisters, that you are all very, very special. Maybe some of you do not know that, but I want you to know that no matter how bad the circumstances is or the situation is, do not let the situation bring you down. Yes, there are many people who will be against you or will try to put you down or who are racist towards you, but do not believe in them, because you are way better than you think. You are way more powerful than you think. And as far as I know, when the gods created you, they took their DNA to be put in the first human on earth, which are the black people. And that is why for the black people, you guys have the DNA of gods, the gods who used to live, the gods who used to live here on earth. And that is something that you need to remember. You need to own your power. You need to take back your power. Not in a way that in a violence way, not in a way that it's war way, not in a way of hurting people or hurting yourself, but we must express the word love or show love and gratitude and kindness towards other people, because that's what your creator wants. They don't want you to respond in violence or do things that can hurt yourself and other people. And I think that's the kind of understanding that I receive from your creator, in a way that you must come together in one, like an ocean, but we come in a way that it's in peace, not war, not violence. Because when you come together in one, that's how you defeat whoever is controlling the world, whoever turn the history backwards. Because you have to understand, black people were the first humans. So basically, back in the day, the most superior being, the most superior humans were black people. Black, brown, Asian, and white. And now it's the other way around. And this is something that you must understand. And I want you to know, based on what I saw, there are many aircrafts hovering above our galaxy or Earth. And I'm not sure when they are coming, because they never told me, or haven't seen any signs when they're gonna come, because you have to understand, in space, there is no time. Here on Earth, it could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. In there, it could be only 1 second for them. I don't know when they are coming. Maybe they're just waiting for the right moment. But this is the reason why we must prepare ourselves, because the Earth is going to an end. Not in a way that the Earth is going to explode, but in a way that the Earth is going to reset or reboot. And that's what you call the age of Aquarius. And that's what we're facing in the near future. And because the Earth is going to reset or reboot, that means there will be a lot of people who's going to be this, because the Earth is doing a cleaning. Imagine when you clean your phone, you reboot it, you reset it. Your phone will become brand new again, and you're gonna destroy or delete all those bugs or virus that is affecting your phone. And it's exactly the same thing that will happen to Earth, that is going to reboot or reset very, very soon. At the end of the day, I don't know when. I am just telling you guys what I saw.